As the go-to association for our members, MSBA recognizes we have to anticipate what our state educational system will be like in the future. Hockey great Wayne Gretzky was quoted as saying, "I skate not to where the puck is, but to where the puck will be." This proactive mindset is reflected in the goals of our strategic plan for our organization. I have been involved in many strategic plans over the years, and I'll tell you, many times you have the best intentions when you start, and then it just gets put on the shelf, and you wait for the next time you do the strategic planning. But for MSBA, it was amazing. After the board went through and did the planning process, the staff implemented this in just an amazing way. The board landed on 3 key areas of focus: rebranding, surveying membership, and looking and acting on issues of equity, diversity, and inclusion. Goal 1, rebranding. Our MSBA logo, website, and school board journal all needed a major refresh. Our new tagline that we developed is "Where school boards learn to lead." They even rebranded me, and Kirk said, "Kevin, this isn't gonna hurt at all. You're gonna just get this new brand." And I'm pleased. The logo, as I think you'll agree, is quite a bit refreshed from where we were. Goal 2, we wanted to continually survey our members so that we can find out how we can serve them the best. Not just keep them up to date on current issues, but make them think proactively about issues happening in school districts in the future. MSBA's focus is to be the place where school boards learn to lead. That includes training, advocacy, vision, and the leadership to incorporate the vision into what schools can do to help all students. We as an organization want to ensure that we are relevant and meeting member needs in an ever-changing world. Personally, the most exciting component of the strategic plan was the introduction of looking at all aspects of our association, both internally and externally, through the lens of equity, diversity, and inclusion. Prior to our strategic planning 18 months ago, we had nothing to offer membership in this area. In Minnesota, we are experiencing some major demographic changes. We have one of the highest and most persistent achievement gaps. Currently, 30% of Minnesota students are students of color. Our graduation rates in aggregate are 82%, but for our students of color, it's 60% and less. I talked to a board member from Red Lake, Minnesota. It's a tribal district, and I asked Roy, I said, "How many of your students graduate?" 27% was the answer. That cannot be. We need to change that. We need to recognize we need to look at our staff in terms of hiring a more diverse workforce. We need to also encourage people of color to run for their local school boards so they can be more reflective of the communities they serve. Finally, Minnesota has a severe teacher shortage, which is especially acute when it comes to teachers of color. The association is focusing on equity and diversity issues, and as we prepare for the future, it's reflected in not only our strategic plan, but implemented across the association right down to our training. One example was our summer seminar that we just held last week on equity and diversity. I close with the famous Margaret Mead quote, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. In fact,